Welcome to episode 18 of Lost in Immersion, your weekly 45-minute stream about innovation. As VR and AR veterans, we will discuss the latest news of the immersive industry. Let's go. Fabien, first topic. Let's go.
Yeah, thanks. So today my topic is about announcement made from Niantic. So Niantic is one of the leaders in commercial AR. Uh, like they have Pokemon Go that many of you probably know already. They also released Peridots, which we already talked about. This is one very nice AR game. And they also have Eighth Wall, which is the leading web AR platform. And so what they announced is what they call rewarded AR ads. So first, it's interesting that ads are also coming to like the metaverse, so meaning like virtual world. And what's uh, even more interesting is that the concept of rewarded ads. So basically, it's already launched in Pokemon Go. You can see like a box like that on in Pokemon Go, and if you click on it, you will have a small AR experience, and then once you complete the AR experience, you will prompted with a coupon code or a reward or something that you can use in store or in the on the e-commerce store. So I find this very interesting for a few reasons. First, it's not an ad that you are a victim of, quote unquote. It's you see the ad, but if you want to participate in the ad, you have to click on it. So I think they are mentioning very high engagement rate for this. I don't they have numbers here, so yeah, engagement rate 76% and the completion rate on 85%, so very high engagement numbers. So that's the first, and then the reward at the end. Now we know that any experience, if it's just showing something cool and there is no interest for the user, but here they have the reward at the end, so that really makes the ad compelling. So yeah, that's really all for this one, and I'm curious to know what you think, and maybe you can also think about the future and how ads will also go into all the virtual worlds that we are now part of. So I don't know, maybe Seb, I can start with you.
Um, yes, that's like you said, interesting. I prefer to have it this way than something that you can't avoid. So that's definitely better. And we knew that it was coming, but I would even rather prefer no ads at all, of course. But that's a good way to, I guess, to make it happen. At least less invasive for the user.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I like the fact that you can search for it and go then to the shop, so bringing back the user to shop could be a
Yeah.
nice tool for them to bring people back to shop and try stuff and win stuff.
Yeah.
What about you, Ian?
I'm just trying to project what it would, what it will be once you have hundreds and hundreds of different ads in this. So you're telling me that if you don't want to click on the ad, you don't have any ad in your games. You add these boxes all around, and if you're not clicking in it, you just have boxes and not any commercial messages.
I don't know. The only picture that we have for now is this one that you can see here. So there is I don't know if this is after the user has clicked on the box or before, but I'm sure they have some kind of messaging about the brand even on the box itself. I mean that would make sense. Yeah.
Okay, because on one side it's I think a very smart approach, because you are making the user himself or herself clicking on the box, making them choose the way they want to see the ad, and if the ad is funny or you have some kind of mini games, it makes sense and you are rewarded. Sorry, and it would be a new way of seeing advertisement by making it a game. It's a real gamification of advertisement, which we don't really have right now. It must be something that would be working in AR and not like when you are on YouTube, you don't have any kind of interaction with this. So it's a good approach. But if you are not liking or willing to click the ad, I'm a bit afraid that at some point you are surrounded or flooded with these boxes telling you, yeah, you should click, no, you should really click on this. So I don't know how they would adapt the behavior of the customer or the user of this app. If they see that you are clicking on this box, do you have more boxes coming around? Or if you are not clicking on them, do you have less boxes around? Should be it should be a personalization or customization of your app depending on your behavior, so that you are experiencing what you are willing in this. So I'm a bit afraid that it won't be on the other side, like trying to force you to click if you're not willing to. So I don't. We'll see what kind of approach Niantic is taking on this. But the concept itself is really interesting, and making the user choose if he wants or not these messages and these coupons is really really smart.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see how they move forward. Like, I don't know, if the brand pays more, they will have more boxes. I don't know, this kind of stuff. And so, yeah, it would be interesting. And something else that was quite funny in the press release is they are starting to use spatial computing here as well. So it's amazing how Apple use of the word has completely like flooded everybody, and everybody is now using that concept. So
well,
that was
they are. I guess they are. They are presenting a solution to a problem, because a lot of people are trying to erase the term metaverse, and what Apple brought to the table with spatial computing, people are embracing these words, and now you can see that metaverse is completely disappeared, and spatial computing is kind of replacing it. And I saw some articles bringing that spatial computing is part of the metaverse, so it's right to use this term instead of metaverse. But yeah, I think that the media was right about the fact that the metaverse is dead, but the word metaverse is dead at this point, and it's even if when you are talking to clients or partner, when you are bringing up the metaverse term, people are laughing now. So we really have to find a new way of describing this, and I guess right now this is spatial computing.
Yeah, totally agree.
Okay, Seb?
Yes, on that part, I think the scale up will be interesting to look at how they ramp up on the number of brands they add inside the app and the number of ads you can see at the same time for one user, how they filter the kind of things you are interested in, so you have only ads that matter to you. Yeah, that would be an interesting things to look at through time. They have been really good, Niantic, at scaling up the game and making it work with several people at the same time, with a lot of people. So we'll see how they handle this part with the ads.
Great. Do you
But
want to?
yeah, the number they announce about the number of users that engage and the number of users that bought or went through the wall ads to gain something or go to the shop to buy a cup of coffee at the end, for example. That's amazing, the number they have. It's quite impressive. I wonder if it's just because it's new or because it's the community that use the Pokemon Go app that are keen to have this kind of ads because they are looking for walking to a place, find something, and then go to another place to find something else. So just seems like the ads just match this behavior. So they must have the most the best audience for this kind of ads, I would say. So it was very smart for them to use their Pokemon Go apps to add this kind of ads inside of it.
Yeah. We did an event a couple months ago where we did an AR app very similar. That the system was very similar, a small game and then the reward at the end. And we saw also very high engagement rate. So like that system really works.
Okay, nice. Do you want to continue with your topic, Seb, please?
Sure. My topic is about the AI that allows you to generate 3D models that start to come and be more productive as before. And this one is 3DFY, a new tool that went out and allows you to create a couple of 3D models and generate it as you want and add some text to modify them and accurately to your vision of what you want. And it's interesting to see how they approach it. You have to first select what you want to generate, like a sofa, a table, lamps, a table, or different things like that, sword, for example. And then you can customize the prompt and add whatever you want to make it the way you want. So yeah, we'll launch the video so you can look at it. But I think that's interesting approach to have a filter at the beginning, so you generate really something that you want, and then try to adjust it to your vision. I think that that seems to be interesting in the way they approach things. And it's really the early beginning, so it's powerful. It's missing a lot of other objects that you would like to generate. But what I think very interesting too is that they already separate the materials and stuff, so you can import it in your 3D tool and even modify it afterwards. So change the texture, the materials, the color. So it's not just to make it a video, it's really to use it in your 3D tool afterwards and embed it in your video production or in your game. I don't know if you have any comments, thoughts about that.
Yeah. So it's really impressive what they are managing to do, and I think that like having a selection of a category before is actually helping reaching that quality. It's a bit like at the beginning, generative AIs for text were able to do only a few things, and now like GPT-4 can do a lot of things. And now for this 3D generation, we are at the beginning, so we have to kind of narrow the possibilities first, and then maybe the next one will be able to they will add another model before and or many models inside. I mean AI models, not 3D models. So to remove that step of choosing a category. And what I found also really interesting is what you said is it's actually an object that you can download and use. It's not like, you know, a looping video or something like that. So that's really impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to test this real time, but yeah, one of my I'm a bit when I think this compared to other generated 3D app, it seems to be very advanced, and this is why I'm like not. Yeah, I'm wondering what part is real AI and what part could be a 3D database in the background, because as they are filtering through specific categories, what is the real interpretation of what you are typing? I don't know if you understand what I'm meaning, but I'm suspecting that at some point some companies claiming that they are doing AI is just basically on the prompt itself and not on the 3D generating part, because the mesh seems to be so nicely done, and the texture as well. It seems too good to be true at this point, because when you are comparing to the NVIDIA works on this 3D generated, like the Get 3D, for example, paper, you can see that the mesh is not as perfect as it is presented right now. So I'm a bit suspicious that at some point they don't have a huge database of 3D models in the back, and they are just interpreting your prompt and getting the best 3D objects that correspond to what you are typing. So what I was trying to do is request for an asymmetrical sofa, for example, to see if they are doing, yeah, if you're requesting something completely weird, is this generating something that corresponds to the prompt, or are they just showing up something that may be interpreted as your request? So yeah, I know I'm a bit suspicious on this.
No, I completely agree. I was on my
The
side
mesh,
trying to do the same.
the mesh is too good for I guess what we can do right now with 3D generative AI. Yeah, continue. I just trying. I just have to sign in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I was exactly trying to do that. I signed in just before the call and did not have time to. Well, I generate one table and I was trying to adjust the prompt to make it different. And at first, the first table that I received was really similar to the one you see on the
on the video.
On the video. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I will try to move the prompt to see how far I can go from the first initial table that they gave. Like there is four. It's a table, a standard table. There is no specification stuff on it. So I will try to, yeah, like I said, adjust the prompt to see. But I feel like it's like a mix. At least my feeling is that they have a database of 3D model, like you said, and the AI tool that they develop allows you to add stuff on top of it or modify it, but at least you are using a database of things that they have internally. But I don't think they have like a huge number of models. It's more a number of models to determine what is the top part of the table, how the material needs to be separated between the different parts. So at least the AI just iterate from that, but not from scratch determine what is this part, what is this part. So,
yeah, there was I remember, I don't know if it's a completely verified story, so don't quote me on this one, but I think there was a service that claimed to do that a few months back, and it was actually artists doing the work for very cheap. So yeah, I don't think it's the case here, but indeed it seems very good to be true. Maybe, as you say, it's like they have a database, and they are just like taking in the prompt, and maybe they have like modifiers on the three objects, and assembling like a puzzle of parts. I don't know.
That's my thing.
Maybe that's one way to, yeah.
Let's dig in and see if we find out how they do it.
Well, the generation takes some time, so they're probably doing something. Well, it's just for, as you mentioned, Fabien, it's a Theranos of 3D. It's very modern interface, and you have people doing this in the back by hand. So, okay, so, well, yeah. So, can I share this to you? Just 2 seconds. So I asked for an asymmetric sofa, and it's not asymmetric. It should be this. And, we do this. Where are we? Here. And here the sofa I got. So not really sure about the result.
How long did it take to generate?
I guess it's about 2 to 3 minutes to get this. So not sure about what is asymmetric on this.
Should we dig in and maybe?
Yeah, we would see.
Try to
we'll do some prompt in the back while we continue this. But yeah.
So, another thing I wanted to share. I don't know if you can share my video or my screen. Is again with all the news that we get and all the entertainment announcements from Apple, we are missing the fact that augmented reality can be really a useful tool. So I just wanted to show you a video I found with a lot of use case displayed from this company, VGs. They are really using the augmented reality to be able to check out the layer under the ground and see where things are installed, so they can find back the water pipe and stuff like that, or the strengths on the building where there is the most strengths where action needs to be done. So, and now with the tool with UPS and stuff like that, I guess it tends to be more and more accurate. So we should be able to see that more often and get more and more useful tool for not even construction, but also for flat market, buying your flat or stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know if
with what we saw with Google I/O in a few weeks back, I guess we'll see more and more of this kind of application, which completely makes sense for the professional. And as you mentioned, the Apple Vision Pro should be a new wave of company that are able to do this with the new definition and precision that we can have through Google and the Apple Vision Pro captors, for example. So it will be very interesting to see how this market is adapting to these new kinds of devices. Because once again, the tablets and smartphones are not the best for doing that, because you need your hands, and when you're on a construction site, you can't have these kind of devices laying around. So how Apple is taking this professional side of their headsets, I don't know, because right now they mentioned the Pro in the name, but not. We don't really had. Yeah, we had one or two use cases with industrials and how the headset can be used for construction lines and workstations, but we don't know if they have some kind of protection or like it was what was the name of the company that were making AR headsets specifically for industrial?
like they had an helmet on top of the.
Yeah, they had the helmet and just a big visor.
But the big visor was an HoloLens too, no?
No. There was a brand that bought AR toolkit. Let me check. Yeah, Fabien, you can comment on this if you want. I'll get the name in a few seconds.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I think we might see a period of time where they still have smartphones or tablets. I've seen some construction workers, like they are taking pictures of when they are done. They are taking pictures with the smartphone and send that to some kind of software for validation, or I don't know. So I think there might be like a step behind that, where still professionals are using smartphones or tablets. But yeah, ultimately, this will really work nicely if it's a headset. I mean, this will work it will be adopted widely if it's a headset. So, oh yeah, that's the headset that you were mentioning.
The Trimble.
It's TechFi.
I don't know.
Okay. The company they closed their doors because they were killed by the HoloLens.
Okay, but Trimble is doing that also. The picture I'm showing right now, and they are doing a great job apparently. I went to Le Bourget, the air show in France, in Paris last week, and there were a lot of HoloLens too used for manutention, building work of building the plane. They use a lot of HoloLens too for that, to check the work and make sure everything is placed correctly. And apparently they win a lot of time doing that. So HoloLens 2 are already in plane industry. They are already used for real use case too.
Okay.
So it was Dakri, and just for you to know, I asked for a big side, a large side for the sofa and smaller one on the other side, and it's still the same sofa at the end. So
Yeah.
apparently they can't do asymmetric model. So yeah, at what point it's real or it's real AI generative or it's just getting the right model in their database. We'll have to do a little more digging
Yeah.
in it.
On my head, I was digging on the 3-leg table just to see if they are only a 4 in the reference. So I will see how it goes. I will let you know.
Okay, great. So I'll bring up my topics as well. So just let me get this up. And for my part, I would like to celebrate the 20th birthday of Second Life. So it started in 2003, and right now they have I guess this is quite 1 million users on a not on a weekly basis. So very, very interesting. And more than just the fact that it's just their 20th birthday, I would like to bring up that the history of this, meaning that Second Life at the beginning was seen that a weird way of people living their life through an avatar. And in 2003, it was very, very not, it was not very well presented by medias, and it was just considered like a bunch of no lives that were willing to live something different. And we can see that 20 years after that, they have a huge community. They created what we are considering as the metaverse right now, by having this creator economy, when people can, they have company in Second Life that are creating assets for avatars or building as well, and they can manage to generate some profits. And it's really interesting that they brought this parallel economy, and showing us that it can work, especially with their dedicated currency with the Linden. They showed us that you can create a new money, a new currency, and make it official in the real world. And we can see that right now you have the ability to certificate your studies and learn some very specific knowledge inside this metaverse, to call it that way, as people are calling it a metaverse. But I don't know if we can call it a spatial computing at some point, but maybe. And the other thing that I would like to talk to you about is that the power of the community inside these metaverses. We can now say that if you have a strong community, if you listen to your users, you can bring up some really, really long-term relationships and long-term projects. And you just have to embed what the community has created for these years. Why I'm telling about this is that when you are trying to create a new company, a new service, for example, in VR chat, you have first to know their codes and know their what they're doing, how what are the unwritten rules of these worlds. So it's really, really, really important to respect that. And we can see that for my part, I think this is one of the main reasons why Meta Horizon or other metaverses, they don't have the same kind of audiences or number of users that smaller initiatives like VR chat or other metaverses could have, is that because they try to impose their view of the metaverse, and we can see that in this new way of creating 3D environment and 3D experiences, you have to give the key to the community and to the users themselves. And if you want it to live up for a very long time. So I guess Second Life did this. I saw that you can still play Ultima Online as well. The 1992 first MMORPG game is still living. So you can see that if the content, it doesn't have to be perfectly realistic or perfectly rounded. You just have to have a strong community believing in your project, and just let them create and bring what they want to this. And for sure, it will live on for years and years after that. So what do you think about this this 20-year milestone by Second Life? I guess everyone is a bit surprised to know that it's still living and it's still very there's still a lot of people using this platform, which was my first thought when I did my researches for the metaverses a few years back. But yeah, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I have the same surprise that it's not surprised that it's still on, but like there are still so many users, and I totally agree with you on the community part. It's actually it's really interesting to see that. I mean, when we design events for like real on-site events, not in the metaverse, it's really important also to think about the users and where they are coming from and their demographics and stuff like that. And when we think about this, the experience is much more compelling. And it's funny to see that it's actually really great that Second Life has and VRChat has have managed to reproduce that sense of community and in the virtual world. And I've seen as well, maybe are they talking about having a mobile experience as well? I think I saw that somewhere.
It's a trend right now. I know that VR chat is not compatible with mobile phones, and I guess Second Life is doing the same. They are kind of surfing on the metaverse trend to bring up some new users.
Okay. Seb?
Yeah, I'm also amazed by the 20 years milestone that they achieved. But I wonder if there is any feedback on the different community that exists there, and if there are any scientific or research groups that are working together inside this Second Life platform to and come out with some article or stuff around what they did together as a community, and if they achieved something, or if it's just to meet and discuss.
Yeah, I confirmed that they have the mobile app. They did this in Unity, and you can add more content more easily.
Yeah, I think here it's more back to what you were saying, Seb. It's first a social platform. But
after a while, you don't meet unknown people. You try to, if you have a community, you try to meet some people around the subject and try to come out with ideas or discuss subject and
yeah, I don't know if they are bringing so many new users right now, because you would have to learn all these codes and rules, as I said, and what behavior you could have or not in Second Life. So even if maybe they have some tour guides or people that are teaching newcomers how to react, and but I'm not sure that the new generation is interested in Second Life just because of the graphics and how it is. I guess this is a hardcore of users that are still there for years and years. That has been there for a few years right now, and I guess the new generation is more towards what you can see also on Roblox. You can have these new communities and or VR chat for the younger users, even if they are trying to bring up some more mature or adult audiences in this world. But yeah, I'm not sure, but like Ultima Online, I guess these are the same people that were playing 20 or 30 years ago, and they are now just a bit older. But I can't see the community of Second Life like just booming and becoming something huge, but bigger than it is right now. Maybe if they change some aspect of it, like the graphics or the rendering or how they interact. I guess this is for a specific community, but it's a really strong one. And yeah, you can see exactly the same with VR chat, and VR chat on the other side could bring higher audiences because it's very active on the social networks, and it can bring up more young people. And I don't know what are their targets right now with VR chat. We can see that they brought this all around access to their app, to their application through the broader VR and now the mobile devices. We can see that Apple Vision Pro didn't choose VR chat for their Apple Vision Pro, which is kind of weird because it's based on Unity, and Unity have they just get their partnership with Apple, so it was the obvious choice, but they prefer the Rec Room metaverse like, which I don't really appreciate because they're I don't know why the Rec Room is getting more attention than the VR chat. I don't know if you have any information on this. But for me, the VR chat is way more advanced as a metaverse than the Rec Room one, which is more of a gaming collaborative application like Roblox and other metaverses. And I still don't know why they choose a regular Rec Room, despite the fact that maybe the community is older or more compatible with the Apple Vision Pro kind of customer. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have much more to add on this one. Just one thing is I saw that Rec Room has like a I don't know if it's another app or if it's just a section of the app that is kid safe. It's a dedicated area for kids, and I don't think I'm not sure, but I don't think VR Chat has that.
No, no, it's one of their weakness. It's like many metaverses. The protection of children is a important point, and they don't have the right answers right now to this. But we can see it's a global issue, even if with World of Warcraft, they had this kind of issue with how to protect the children from predators, and despite checking the age through an ID and stuff like that, they can't really moderate right now. So I don't know how Rec Room is doing this, but yeah, it's a real issue, because you have direct conversation and direct interaction with users, and if they are underage, it could be an issue right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you have anything more to add, or 1, 2, 3, go? Okay. So it's a wrap up for today, and we'll see you all next week for another episode of In Immersion. See you guys.
See you.
Thanks.